Long before animals were sent into space, in the 1780s, people were already sending living creatures into the sky using hot air balloons. Less than a month after the first hot air balloon went up and was attacked by peasants, another balloon was launched in France. This time, a sheep, a duck, and a rooster were the passengers. These unusual pioneers set the stage for future human flight and were honored as heroes of the air by Louis XIV. It was 1766 when Henry Cavendish discovered a new element, hydrogen gas. With his discovery, all of Europe went crazy with the idea of crafting flying machines to carry humans into the sky. Among the early aviation inventors were Joseph and Jacques Montgolfier, who were French paper makers by trade. They performed numerous experiments using paper and hydrogen gas in an effort to create a floating vessel, but the gas consistently leaked. Eventually, the brothers found a way to use burning organic materials to produce hot air that kept the balloon afloat. Believing they invented a new gas, they named it Montgolfier gas. In June 1783, the Montgolfier brothers made aviation history. Amazed onlookers watched as the brothers successfully launched the first unmanned hot air balloon into the sky of southern France. Soon, news of their accomplishments quickly spread to Paris. In Paris, a competitor, Jacques Charles, heard of their success. He would later launch the first hydrogen balloon near the Eiffel Tower in August 1783. After its flight, the unmanned striped balloon collapsed in a small town 24 kilometers from Paris. The townspeople were unfamiliar with such objects and the concept of balloon flight at the time. They became frightened and attacked the vessel with pitchforks before tying it to a horse and dragging it through the streets. The Montgolfier brothers not only caught the attention of the public, but also that of King Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette, who eagerly invited them to demonstrate their invention at the Palace of Versailles in September 1783. The king requested that they create a balloon capable of lifting a sheep, a duck, and a rooster. Due to heavy rain, the brothers had to scrap their old paper vessel and construct a new balloon from scratch in preparation for the demonstration. After 4 frantic days and nights of hard work, they succeeded in building a balloon that could lift the animals. On the flight date, in September 1783, the balloon was transported to Versailles, where it was held up by scaffolding as hot air and smoke filled the balloon. Thousands of people gathered to observe the process while the king watched from his balcony. It was rumored that Queen Marie Antoinette left the launch site because of the smell and the smoke produced by the wet straw and damp organic wool the Montgolfiers used to inflate their balloon. The first 3 animal aviators chosen to board the balloon were not selected randomly by the king. Monticule, a sheep whose name means climb to the sky, was chosen because, in that era, people believed that a sheep's autonomy resembled that of a human. The rooster and the duck were included as representatives of birds that can and cannot naturally fly. The reasoning behind this selection was that if any problems or side effects arose during the flight, Monticule or the flightless rooster would likely experience them first. The balloon ascended, carrying the animals in a locked basket. It reached an altitude of 600 meters and remained in the sky for approximately 8 to 15 minutes, traveling more than 3 kilometers. As it traveled, people chased after it on horseback. Suddenly, the balloon ripped and slowly deflated, landing in a nearby wooded area. When they arrived at the crash site, they found the basket smashed open and empty. The duck and sheep were unharmed and spotted in a nearby field, but the rooster had an injured wing. Several witnesses reported seeing the sheep kick the rooster while the balloon was being inflated. Overall, thanks to the unconventional pilots, the flight was deemed a success. And in turn, preparations began for the first human flight. 2 months later, in November, 2 people climbed into another Montgolfier balloon near Paris in front of a large crowd that included Benjamin Franklin. The balloon launched, traveled approximately 8 kilometers in 25 minutes, and forever etched the first human aviators into history. In addition, in December 1783, in Paris, the previously mentioned Jacques Charles made the first solo flight in a gas balloon. It's crazy to see where we started and where we are now. What do you guys think of the animals used in the flight test? Do you agree with their logic, or do you think they were just crazy? I would appreciate it if you can like and subscribe. To learn more about this, please look at all the sources linked in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd like to thank you for watching.